Alright guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and get into the makeup look. So I went ahead and completed one of my eyes and my face makeup. So now I'm just going to work on I believe that would be my right eye. So I'm just going to add some eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to be using the MAC Paint Pot eyeshadow primer in ochre. So I'm just going to apply that all over. Alright, so I'm going to start off by using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. And I'm using a specific palette called Sage, and I'm going to dip into that beige color to set my eyeshadow primer. I like to do this step because it really helps my eyeshadows become more blendable, because the MAC Paint Pot is very sticky. So it helps the eyeshadows, blend more easier together. I'm going to go into that gray shade, and I'm going to add that eyeshadow to my outer corner, and I'm going to blend that up into my crease. So I'm going to keep doing that, packing it in and blending it. Now I'm going to take my NYX Liquid Liner, and I'm going to create a wing liner. So first what I like to do is I like to flick out like a line at an angle, and then I like to create a little triangle. And then I just go ahead and fill that in. And then once I fill the little triangle in, I go ahead and line my lash line. And I like to do this this process in steps, just because it makes it a lot easier to get that perfect wing liner. Now, when I'm flicking out the wing, you want to have the least amount of product on your brush to get that perfect edge to that wing liner. The next palette I'm going to be using for this look is the Profusion Smokey Eyes eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be starting off with the color Devious, and this is a light to medium brown shade, and I'm going to go ahead and use the brush the eyeshadow brush that it comes with, and I'm going to pack on the eyeshadow on top of my eyeliner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using from this palette. I'm going to pack them on top of the liner. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to blend it out. So that's basically what I do. I just pack on the eyeshadow and then I blend it out using that pencil brush. The next shade I'm going to be using from the palette is called Vibes, and this is a darker brown shade. I'm going to go ahead and pack that below the light brown shade, just to really create that diffused gradient look. So I'm basically doing the same steps, packing and blending. The next shadow I'm going to be using is from MAC, and it's called Typographic. And I'm going to be using this really small detailed brush, and I'm going to go ahead and pack that onto my liner. And before I was going above the liner, now I'm going directly on top of the liner. And I really like this shade because it's more of a charcoal ashy black color, and it doesn't really overpower the liner. Next, just to highlight my lid again, I'm going to go in with the color Sugar from the Profusion palette, and I like to do this to really make the lid stand out, since I have a lot of dark colors surrounding the lid. Now I'm going to go back into that gray tone that we were using before and apply that back into my crease, just to make sure that the colors are nice and blended again. And now I'm going to use the color Top Notch on top of the gray color, just to again make sure that everything is nice and blended. Here I'm going to take my Rimmel eyeliner and just go over the eyeliner that I already have, just to make it stand out and darken a bit, because it looked like everything was kind of blending in together. So this makes the eyeliner stand out a little bit more. I do recommend, when doing a smoky eye like this and using these dark colors, to do your eyeshadow first and then do your face makeup, just because you're going to have a lot of fallout like I did, and I had to go back in with the makeup wipe and touch up my foundation later. but it just makes everything a lot easier and cleaner. So yeah, go ahead and do your eyeshadow first and then do your face makeup. Like right here, I have to go back in with a little bit of concealer to touch up my makeup. Now I went ahead and added my fake lash off camera, and now I'm just going to tightline my lash line just to make sure that everything is nice and dark. And I'm going to take that gray eyeshadow that I used in my crease, and I'm going to smoke out my bottom lash line. Then again, I'm going to take the black eyeshadow that I used from MAC, and I'm going to add that directly onto my lash line to really make it smoky. Finally, it's time to add mascara. Now this is the look. It's something a little different, dark and vampy. I really like it, and I hope you guys liked it too. So this is it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.